Welcome to the Thrive Show. My name is Kim O'Neill, and today I have with me Dr. Charla Hathaway. Dr. Charla Hathaway is the founder of BodyJoy Intimacy School in Austin, Texas, where she empowers her students to find new ways to touch, talk, and play while also expressing clear consent and choice through workshops and sessions. Today, she's going to talk to us about how women can stop apologizing and step up. Welcome, Charla.
Thank you very much, Kim. Nice to be here.
Absolutely. So, Charla, I want to get right into it and just first ask you, why do you think it's important for women to stop apologizing and step up?
It's because we're really the queen bee of our own sexuality. And if we're not happy, there ain't nobody that's happy. And the guys have been guessing for a long time. And we have been giving them wrong clues and information for a long time. We need to step up to the plate. We need to step up to the plate of our own pleasure so that we can guide and communicate with them. I haven't met a guy yet that wouldn't do 10 cartwheels across the room if he really knew what you wanted. And so we have been too shy about it. And that's why I say step up to the plate, even if we need to kick ourselves in the butt. In my 20 years of being an intimacy coach, and me in my 70s still realize that women are the key to intimacy and sensual desire. We're the more nuanced ones. And the guys who are the trumpet players of the orchestra versus the French horn that has little half tones and whatever, whether your hand is in the bell or not, we need to let them know how to make music with us. And if we continue to think that they're supposed to know and we're supposed to like it, it's not going to work.
Well, that is a very convincing response. Thank you for that. Describe for our audience what intimacy is and the range of topics that it actually covers.
You know, we used to think that it's about sex, and sex is about plumbing, like parts that go together, wiggle, wiggle, pop. And if we think about it in that way, it's so much less than what intimacy or sexuality can be in the bigger picture. So what I do in my practice when I see men, women, and couples together, I basically slow them down. I get them to breathe, recognize sensation on their own body. And the real key to deep intimacy is learning how to receive. We always think it's about giving. Right. And so he's giving. Oh, he's giving everything he can have. And she's giving him the idea that, yes, you're right. It's not quite right, but I'm going to act like it's okay because I want to give you the manhood or whatever. And so she's giving to him. He's giving. And it feels like a lot of work.
Wow.
And a lot of effort. Because we haven't got the confidence to know the role of receiving in intimacy. And that's why I teach so often a one-way touch. So you know when I'm just putting on my receiver hat here, can I be a greedy pig little taker? Can I let it really seep in at a deep level? Do I not have to do anything?
Yeah.
And then if you switch those roles, and I'll give you a little game later, which we'll play that on, then we can totally get into the role of either allowing our body or receiving versus giving and doing. So when you break up that, you can take touch and you can slow it up, make it more conscious, more negotiated, more deliberate, and they're easy, fun skills to learn.
So you've already started to talk about the female empowerment aspect, and I would love to take that a little bit further. Female empowerment in the bedroom. Can you describe what that might look like for a woman who's wanting to feel more sexually empowered and also know how to receive better?
Absolutely. Women, thank God, are getting empowered in all kinds of places in society, and I think they can march into the boardroom, but often not into the bedroom. Sometimes it falls apart there. We still have those expectations of that little princessness, or if he really loves me, he'll know, or it's up to him, or God, if I do that and tell him what I want, am I Am I a slut? How would I know that? And so we feel that in confidence about our own, self. And so we think that the way he programs it is going to need to be, we put our orgasm on an egg timer, and all at once, gee, I'm too slow, or I'm too this, or I'm too that. I don't know, Kim, what it would take for that magic switch for her to walk in and know that how fast she's undressed, or what. I've got this new little tidbit I'm going to give you. My panties don't come off unless I'm wet. And, guys want to take your pants off right away, whatever. You have to take the lead and initiative from your own heart right from the beginning of, is this working for me? Is it not? Oh, what do I need? Or how do I say that? Now, I think you can say it in rather flirtatious ways. I think we can get our way very softly and very feminine-like without making somebody feel wrong or feel bad. But unless we do take care of ourselves, he's never going to be able to take care of us. And I'm talking in heterosexual terms here, but I do mean any partnering.
Right. I love that. Yeah, what I hear you saying is for a woman to first know what it is that she needs and wants, and to stand true to that.
You know what, Kim? It's hard for us to know what we need and want, because we've been told to like something we haven't really liked for a long time. So that is a whole nother aspect. So much of my work is involved in researching your desires. I don't think we have a crisis any more than a crisis of the imagination when it comes to sexuality, and to open the terrain. And this is the beauty of maturation, I have to really say. Men tend to slow down, and women do start not apologizing anymore. And then the terrain gets really fertile and really rich. But women do have that responsibility to, even it's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not quite sure what I want right now. Let's just hold up a while and maybe breathe, maybe look. I'm a big proponent of permission-based touch too. I don't think it's old-fashioned. I think it's needed.
Wonderful. Well, what does it mean to have a brand of play?
This has been the funnest part of my work, touch, talk, and play together. I used to think sex was pretty much a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay? Right? Ad nauseum. Okay? And when you begin to get more confidence, and maybe you need to take a workshop or see a specialist or read a book or whatever, and sex really isn't about the things we do to each other as much as it's about being in choice and feeling we can choose and take a risk, because we can say yes or no at any time and change our mind. Our mind is a wonderful thing to change, because we start down one path, doesn't mean the hole is drilled. There's no way out. Gee whiz, another disappointment type deal. So the excitement of my work, when you get to meet people at this raw and unexplored part, is to try to galvanize that confidence and that ability to say, hey, I can be in charge of this. And I got to find out what I want.
I love that. And it sounds like through that, you develop your own brand of play.
Yeah, and it could change. It might not even be a brand. It might just be this day, and this another thing another day, and role playing and fantasy, which we're all shamed about and want to hide and afraid we're judged for. I mean, even me at my age, it still takes a lot of vulnerability for me to be with a partner and say, oh, wow, could we try this? But once you do it, it gets easier and easier, and it's well worth the effort to go in that direction.
Awesome. Well, we are nearing the end of our conversation, but I would love for you to tell us, what is the kissing game? You have that to share with us today. What is that?
I love the kissing game. When I get a wonderful partner on my couch by candlelight at the end of the day, I'm afraid if I let it up to him, it's going to go too fast, too hard, too soon. Okay?
Okay.
Done that, tired of that. Kim, I don't need any more practice in that. Okay? So I know that I have to take the initiative. And so I might say something, especially if hands are kind of gropey. Oh, sit back. I do have invisible rope, but that's a whole nother time. Oh, just sit back. I want to play a kissing game with you. Would you like to play with me that way? Usually you get a yes. And I'd say, okay, I'm going to even set my cell phone for 7 magic minutes. And may I kiss you? You just allow and sit back that I get to kiss you for 7 minutes. Usually your partner will say yes. You set the time. Timing is very important. It focuses it. And you can kiss. Usually I don't even get to the mouth, except for maybe the very end. I'm kissing the eyebrows, the hairline. I'm playing from me, what's driven up from my heart. I'm not making up anything. I'm in charge. And then so at the end of 7 minutes, maybe my lips brush and just the tongue on the corner of the mouth or something. It's his 7 minutes. You will never be kissed that way, probably in your whole relationship life. Those men are usually smart and they take your lead. I am kissed so tenderly. And if not, and if he breaches it, say, oh, I'm not ready for the tongue yet. Or no, that's too wet of a kiss for me. Because even though you've allowed somebody to kiss you, you're not a doormat. You never give up who you are. And you just have set the stage for one directional touch, giving or receiving, and having it focused by your time frame, and getting to know each other better. So I'll end it with a share back where I say, I'm going to tell you just what I noticed kissing you and what I noticed you kissing me. Speak for no longer than a minute or two, max, verbal women. And then let the guy talk. And if he can't say anything, you just say, and what else did you notice? Talking is so intimate. And for you just to say what you noticed, I love the word noticed. What did you notice kissing me? And he will say things out loud that he's never said about the intimate feeling of exchanging touch. And that's the beginning of your intimate conversation, your erotic communication, because it's touch too, but it's also voicing. Oh, when you did this to my cheek, and I felt the smoothness of your cheek, but then the roughness of your beard, and it was like 2 in 1. And I just thought, what a man am I with? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you keep your sharebacks positive, and it's your way of communicating. And the kissing game is a way of dividing up, giving and receiving. Women always take the first 7 minutes, okay? And of course, that's just the beginning of all kinds of fun games and stuff that I hope people learn to play.
That's awesome, Charla. Thank you for sharing that. I definitely can see how that would help a couple grow in their intimacy, but might even help soften any resistance to talking about emotions and just sensitive subjects in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little toe in the door.
Right. Right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here and sharing your wisdom and expertise. And I want to say for being such an empowered advocate, for having conversations and sharing information like this is very, very valuable. So thank you, Dr. Charla Hathaway.
Oh, thank you, Kim, for having your show that helps people learn how to be just more empowered and more juicy and get more pleasure in life.
Thank you. Well, and thank you to today's audience. We hope you found value in today's conversation.